Hey everybody, my name is Tech Sergeant Brendan Twyman. I'm with the United States Air Force and Space Force. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the ASVAB and the importance of it. I know you guys are actually going to have to take this on October 6th, so make sure that you are preparing for it. I know a lot of people that come into my office especially, and they state that they didn't know the ASVAB was coming up, or they didn't think it was important, or they never planned on the military, so they didn't take it seriously. So this is one of those things that you never want to set yourself up for failure. With the ACT, with the ASVAB, do your best on all of them so that way you're prepared. Now, after this, when I'm done talking, there's going to be a 1-minute video going over the ASVAB a little bit, but I'm going to actually sit here and discuss some of the importance and why it's important for you to take it seriously. One of the facts is the one that you're going to do here in school is considered to be one of the easiest ASVAB, so you can take several different versions, but after high school they get a little bit more difficult. So use this to your advantage while you have the easier one, and make sure that you're taking it very seriously. Now, with that being said, the reason you want to make sure you're concentrating on it now is because you guys are actually dealing with the subjects that are in the ASVAB right now in school. So while it's fresh on your mind, it's good to make sure that you're focusing on that and making sure that you can use those abilities to get a better score. Now, when the ASVAB comes around, some people say, well, I didn't want to do it just because I didn't want to join the military. But the good thing would be focus on it and do it even if the military is not for you, because the ASVAB can actually tell you what you're good at, what subjects you'll be best at, and what you will excel in. So a lot of times people will use it to figure out what kind of occupation they want to be in. What kind of things that they will excel in, and they didn't even realize it. So I have people come in and they'll be like, well, I want to do this type of job, and they'll take the ASVAB and their scores are high in mechanical and they want to do medical stuff, and we'll put down those type of jobs, the medical ones, for them. But I was like, did you know that you really excel in mechanical? So the ASVAB is telling me that in that career field, in those occupations, you will excel way better than in the medical facilities. Now, don't waste this opportunity. That's one of my key things. And then set yourself up for success. That's another one. Now, there are several different subjects, so I'm going to pull my phone out. Sorry about that, but there's a lot of them, so it's hard to remember all of them. Now, the first one's going to be general science. So that one is based off your knowledge of physical and biological sciences. The second one is arithmetic reasoning, and that is the ability to solve arithmetic word problems. You also have word knowledge, and that's the ability to select the correct meaning of a word presented in context and to identify best synonym for a given word. You'll have paragraph comprehension, and that's the ability to obtain information from written passages. You also have mathematics knowledge, and that's knowledge of high school mathematics principles. You have electronics information, and that is knowledge of electricity and electronics. You'll have auto information, which is knowledge of automobile technology. You'll have shop information, which is knowledge of tools and shop terminology and practices, as well as mechanical comprehension. That's knowledge of mechanical and physical principles. And then lastly, assembling objects, and that is the ability to determine how an object will look when the parts are put together. Now, sometimes people tell me that they have issues, or they don't understand English very well or math very well. So know your weaknesses. You have until October 6th to start studying on that. There are several free websites to go on to practice for the ASVAB. marchtosuccess.com, so that's the number 2 success. That's a free website, and that'll help with math. Now, you do not get to use calculators, so you'll have a scrap piece of paper and a pencil. So a little bit of testing hack 101 with that piece of paper. What I tell everybody, especially who have issues with math, memorize all the formulas that you're going to need. That way, when they say you may begin, don't even look at the test. Go ahead and start writing down all the formulas that you remember on the scrap piece of paper. It's not cheating because it comes straight from your memory itself. You're not looking at anything, but that way, when you get through the ASVAB and it's a long test and your brain's hurting and your ears are smoking and you're trying to get through it, you can just look over and plug in those numbers into all those math formulas, and that may help a little bit instead of trying to remember each individual formula as you go and you're already kind of tired on that. So again, I know we keep kind of hounding you about the importance of testing and the ASVAB, but you never know what's going to happen. You may end up into our office, and that test is good for 2 years. And the better you do, the better jobs that you can get into. So if you want to be on the lower end of jobs, you can, but if you're wanting to be dealing with space technology, we do have Space Force now, dealing with rockets and missiles and space technology in that sense, you want to be monitoring satellites in space, doing radar and warning systems. Those are type of jobs that you're going to want to have a little bit of a higher ASVAB on. So look into that. Avionics, different types of career fields are in the military if that's what you're looking into. So with that being said, I'm not going to bore you to death about the ASVAB. You will have to take this again on October 6th. So if you have any questions, by all means, you can contact me. Again, my name is Technical Sergeant Brendan Twyman. My cell phone is going to be 423-277-6326. And you can contact me on Facebook. My office is behind the mall, so if you just want to stop by, if you see me around schools, you can also ask questions. But it doesn't have to be pertaining to the Air Force. If you just want to talk about the ASVAB, if you want to talk about the military in general, I'm more than willing to help out. I want to make sure that you guys are all successful in whatever you do, whether that's the military or not. If it's just college, if it's a career field, I am here to help discuss great ways to get you and to meet your goals. So thank you.